Hello there. So earlier today, or technically yesterday, because it's like 20 past midnight here in the UK. So a few hours ago at least, I seen the Odyssey. So this will be my review. Right, okay. First things first. We'll get the quote unquote negative out the way first. Right. First 25 minutes of the film are probably the weakest part of it. You don't have like an opening, like a blow your socks off Dark Knight style opening or anything like that for this film. But it's good. It's interesting. It sets the scene. Takes a little while to fully adjust. But once this film really gets going, I've got to say, this film is absolutely fucking phenomenal. It's the reason what reminds me why I love movies in the first place. What an outstanding film this is. You know, I see it in IMAX is the way to see this film because obviously it's shot fully with IMAX cameras and everything like that. Christopher Nolan's obviously the big champion of IMAX, and what he's done here, this is absolutely movie making on unprecedented scales. But this is just outstanding. It's an outstanding achievement to pull this off. Everything about it looks and feels it's real in that sense because you like it seems strange to say that about with certain things about this film like you've got a big giant cyclops in it as well, but it feels lived in. It's believable. Like the visuals are outstanding. Everything blends in absolutely perfect. Like I mentioned, the cyclops sequence and everything like that, incredible. It is so brilliantly well done. What they do with the creature and everything like that, it's I just loved it. Absolutely amazing. You there's a scene as well. Again, I'm not somebody who's actually all that familiar, to be fair, with Homer's The Odyssey and everything like that. So I don't know how faithful this is. So I'm just speaking about somebody who wants to go and see a film and have a great time with it, and I did do that. So I'm just judging it off that. But talking about the fantastical elements here, I heard a lot of the early reactions were really shouting out Samantha Morton's character and she and her performance here, the sequence and everything that she's in her scene, it's outstanding. It is absolutely outstanding. It's Nolan without again going into quote unquote spoilers or anything like that. It's Nolan going in actually tapping into horror, which I heard a lot of the early reactions were saying that, and and to be fair, it's done it slightly as well before. Like Batman Begins had some horror elements with the whole scarecrow hallucination stuff as well, and Oppenheimer as well. Even more, much more recently, his previous film, there was horror elements of that, like with like when he was giving the speech and things like that. So he's done it before, but this is like on another scale. And a full blown Christopher Nolan horror film is definitely a must, though. We definitely need that. But yeah, this scene is incredible. It's grotesque, but it's compelling, and, and weirdly enough, there's a part of this that actually reminds me of the Sabrina Carpenter Man-Child music video, believe it or not. Yes, I've shoehorned Sabrina into an Odyssey review. So there you go. But yeah, believe it or not, once if you know, you know. You know it. And so never thought I'd be saying that today, but there you have it. It's what it is. But no, Samantha Morton's performance here is outstanding. The whole scene is outstanding, or her whole section of the film is outstanding. And it just shows as well, there's no small parts, just small actors. She just absolutely nailed it. Speaking of small parts and things, yeah, I don't want to give too much credence to this. This might be a discussion for another day. But the whole kicking off about Lupita Nyong'o and Elliot Page fucking storming a teacup, just dr- drummed up by the utter fucking snowflakes. And these are the people that love to call everyone else snowflakes, funny enough. But, one, they're barely in the film. They're not, they don't have a ton of screen time or anything like that. But they're great. Well, they are. Christopher Nolan cast them because they're great actors. Wow. Imagine that. It's almost like the guy knows what he's doing. you know, um, so especially though the Elliot Page, and it's one of these things. I don't want to give too much credence to this, but you see the types on YouTube. They're putting all the thumbnails. and the picture of Elliot Page, and it's going to be, oh, look at this looks terrible, oh, fucking woke and all that shit. One of the scenes, Elliot Page has an outstanding scene in this, and absolutely kills it. Is absolutely brilliant at this, and it's one of the best moments of the film, and that's saying something because there's a shit ton of great moments in this film over the course of its runtime. But it's ironic they're using that as oh, look at this, oh, isn't this terrible? And it's a fucking outstanding scene and a fucking outstanding performance. So there you go, make of that what you will. And performance wise, again, Matt Damon, superb. He's great here. You feel the guy's pain. He's haunted the whole way through it, but it's never depressing, if you know what I mean. You get obviously get you get the pain and the anguish he's going through, but it's never fucking depressing, as if like there's a bit like EastEnders or something like that. It's like never anything like that. Anne Hathaway is probably the best she's ever been. Honestly, all this early Oscar talk, I don't have that much of a fuck about the Oscars and everything like that. I know she won it for Les Miserables as well. Ironic, I was talking about depression and then going on about Les Miserables, which literally is Les Miserable, but whatever. But no, she's brilliant here. I think this is a career best performance from her. Tom Holland as well, outstanding here. I had to laugh when people are saying like, "Oh, I'm surprised at how good Tom Holland does." It's just like, no, this guy's a fucking good actor. Like, he actually is. I know there's the whole thing about Spider-Man. Oh, hey, gee whiz, Mr. Stark, and all that. But he actually is a fucking good actor, especially in serious stuff. In this, like No Way Home, he's great in that. Remember the "I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark" from Infinity War? He was fucking brilliant and heartbreaking in that. So this guy is a bloody good actor. So put some respect on Tom Holland's name. Anyway, there's so many great performers, like John Leguizamo. Sorry, fucked his name up there, but this is a guy who annoys me quite a lot actually. And to be fair, he seems like kind of a tit in real life. But I've got to say, he's great here. He's excellent. He gives a great performance as well. He also, this is the guy who's responsible for one of the most annoying characters ever, that stupid Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. If I could ever wish I could batter an animated character, it would be that one. But no, he's excellent here. He gives an outstanding performance. Um, oh, there's so many. So Robert Patterson, who's usually good as well, and he absolutely brings it here. He's excellent. You really want to. I mean this in the complimentary way. You really want to beat the shit out of this cunt. And I mean that in just the most complimentary way ever, because he does such a good job with his performance. Uh, so much. I mean, the scale of this film, like I said, it's nearly 3 hours. The time just flies in. I know the first 20-25 minutes does take a bit of adjusting, but like I said, it's still interesting. It's never like, oh, I'm so bored, this film's going to be shit. But no, it just sets the scene well. And once we're off to the races, we are off to the fucking races with this film. It just absolutely flies after that. I've got to say, this is a massive compliment. I'm going to say this is absolutely up there in contention for me to be Christopher Nolan's best film. Now, again, recency bias because seen it a few hours ago. And the Dark Knight, I mentioned the Dark Knight, and the Dark Knight trilogy is just so endlessly rewatchable. So time will tell about how rewatchable this would be. But I definitely want to watch this again and again. And some people say, well, Oppenheimer is better. And like, Oppenheimer, I didn't love Oppenheimer the way everyone did. Yeah, I think it's great, but it's not got that, oh, you know what? I really want to watch that again and again. I actually liked it better the second time I watched it. Funny enough, Tenet is a film that I actually like better the more I watch. Because I think the first time I was actually trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, but I was still entertained by it, if you know what I mean. But I like that. But once I stopped kind of trying to figure it out, and when I watch it again, it's like, yeah, actually, it's more than I did the first time. So, but this time, there's no doubts or anything like that. It's just absolutely had a fucking amazing time. This is why we go to the cinema. And you know what? If people or want to, there's a whole other story here and all other shit kicking off. If you want to go against Christopher Nolan, whatever, fine. But do what you want. Go and watch whatever you want to watch or whatever. That's fine. But from what I gather here, like from the projections, they're keeping going up and up and up with us in the box office. So the showing I was at today, honestly, it looked like it was sold out. Genuinely couldn't see an empty seat about, and it's great to see, and it's great to see for a film like this. Like I said, don't want to sound like a broken record. This is why we go to the movies. I fucking love this. An outstanding film. You know, thank you, Christopher Nolan, and everyone involved. This is why. A great love letter in many ways to epic filmmaking. Films like this don't come around very often. It's a shame to get it wasted or anything, or don't allow fucking culture war bullshit to waste it for you. If you're a lover of film, you're a lover of cinema, make up your own mind. Don't be part of the hive mind. And some people say, "Well, you're part of the hive mind. You fucking drinking the Nolan Kool-Aid and all that," and just like, yeah, whatever. But at least I'm happy. At least I'm not a miserable bastard moaning about everything. Which is ironic because I just kind of sounded like that when I said that. You know what I mean? Anyway, in case you couldn't tell, I absolutely love the Odyssey. And thank you for taking the time to listen, and goodbye.